Henry
round 6 of the
I recognize
Oceanic
Henry Lai.
Championship
And Aaron
2022.
Dennis.
We have a previous Oceanic champion in Aaron Dennis, a Worlds attendee, versus Henry Lai.
Yeah,
Henry
Aaron
Lai
Dennis,
is
pretty
4 wins,
notable
1
New
draw.
Zealand player, one of our
Aaron Dennis got
longest
4 wins, 1
running
loss.
competitive players, and someone that I think for the
MathMech
entire time
for
that
Aaron
he's been
Dennis.
playing competitively has been a force to deal with. And you can see
Is that
here, he
Tearlaments?
is playing, you know, pretty well so far. I think he's 4-1 according to the standings.
Oh yeah, 4-1, yeah, undefeated, yep. Yeah, though we wanted to
I think it's Tearlaments versus MathMech chat.
Now we wanted to obviously take the win in this one to avoid the bubble going into the next day.
Yeah, and yeah, starting it off,
There it is,
showcasing
yeah. It should be a good match. It should be a close match, chat. Especially now that MathMech won the dice roll, it'll be a very close game.
The Runic deck, so based on what Henry may or may not be playing, this may play out a little differently. We shall see.
So Aaron here showcasing obviously the new card from Power of the Elements as well in Circular.
Yeah, MathMech Circular I think will probably be the start of every MathMech turn.
Okay, so he's maining Nibiru.
You know, or at least that's what Aaron's hoping.
He's maining a lot of hand traps.
So adds the MathMech Superfactorial here. This is a card that allows you to, as a trap card...
It's important to adjust to this when you see the first hand trap in any deck now. So if you see any deck hand trap you now, and let's say it's a random like Ogre or a Veiler, expect a lot of more hand traps in that deck, and expect more to be in the hand potentially. Okay? If you didn't get hand trapped after a few of your plays, expect them not to be playing hand traps in this format. That's the way the format is currently right now.
So far, no response from Henry.
Yep. Adding MathMech Induction there, as we said, a card that allows you to target a card on the field and destroy it. Again, a really good answer to the card Mystic Mine, which we saw last round. Henry Lai taking the time to read the cards here, just making sure that he understands everything going on here, because once these cards are set face down, you can't realistically ask to read them again, so good to get that information while you can. MathMech Induction, not a card that every MathMech player...
You can, by the way. You can ask. You can ask for a specific name card to be read its text by a judge. Okay, you can ask a judge, "Hey, can you read the text for this card?" And they can answer it. Pepsi Max at 6 AM, bro. It's keeping me awake, Luke. How are you still awake, or do you just wake up?
Yeah. Correcting that placement. It's all right. No harm done. So I have heard a little bit about Aaron's deck on the sidelines. He has talked to me about it before. And one of the notable things that he is capable of doing is leveraging the 4 material effect of the Alan Bershon there to add any spell trap card from deck to hand.
No, I've been testing for Nago Couch. I'm gonna go sleep for a few hours now. Fair, man.
Which of course is a very powerful effect.
Sleep well, bro.
Yeah, given the ability to add
MathMech can at least go Heart Soul and draw into tons of crows and bells and call by. It's true.
This tournament, and some of them Aaron is playing in his list. One of the fun things about Parallax Seed
Math play like 15 hand trap. Yep.
Become a level 4 monster. It's also
Yeah,
just a
Soul.
Cyberse extender.
And we're seeing Deco Talker Heat Soul, which pays 1,000 life points to draw a card in either player's turn.
Yep, he's going to do that right now. And
Interesting.
Shuffling Aaron's deck to allow him to draw a card.
Aaron shaking his head, not liking what he saw there.
Did he draw something he wanted to maybe do without? Oh,
Another Silent Mining.
Mining. Not exactly the strongest card to draw here.
Potentially, two in hand.
I think he had 3 maybe in rotation at this point, but not the end of the world.
I had 3 in rotation, chat. What does that mean?
Trap cards.
What does that mean,
Set
chat?
those and pass the turn.
What does he mean here? I have 3 in rotation.
So a fairly standard
What does it mean?
This is what you expect to see from the deck.
Do you think MathMech end board is a bit underwhelming? Yeah, I guess so. I think the trap's busted though.
Through this game.
The one that lets you
Isn't the effect of Heat
make an
Soul
extra
also
monster
in
from
the,
in your opponent's turn.
Yeah, you want to play around triple tactics talent whenever possible. With this
You want to overcommit because Dart Roll No More?
like
Imagine if Dart Roll No More got banned, chat. Let's deep it. Let's say Dart Roll No More got banned.
So Tearlament, in my opinion,
It'd be a more interesting format because people are forced to play Droplet, which is a bigger cost, right?
Playing is MathMech Laplacian, which has the ability to send cards from the hand field to the graveyard.
Like 3 monsters for access code line,
Very
maybe.
effective against Tearlaments. They all will activate if that is done. So I think Aaron has his work cut out for him right here.
Aaron definitely not wanting to set up. He didn't really get to the board that he probably intended. He didn't seem too happy at the end of his turn there.
Well, one of the variances of Heat Soul is, you know, you are drawing random cards off the top of your deck. They are not necessarily going to be hand traps.
So activating the Danger Nessie in hand.
Okay, so he's not likely to have any other dangers in his hand.
But
But people are starting to lead with Nessie more than any other danger, which I disagree with.
And he hits the Nessie.
No, it's pretty effective, you know. 6-card hand, hit the Nessie. Not too bad there.
Okay, so Nessie should get Jackalope here.
Nessie being in the graveyard, not a huge...
Unless he plays Bigfoot.
For Henry.
Yeah, one of the dangers you don't really...
But I'd be getting Jackalope
No,
because if Jackalope hits
is
again, you
fusion
can get an
material.
additional Nessie, right? And you can use it as an Aqua.
Yeah, the synergy of it being an
You
Aqua
have 2 Aquas in grave.
what makes it so great in this deck.
Agreed.
My friends laughed at me when I said Dark Ruler's bannable at this point. Just might deep it though.
It's interesting
Let's
as
say
well,
Dark Ruler
we
gets
haven't seen
banned.
Dangers in a format for a while. They definitely hit
It's
away.
the format's more interesting.
probably
The format
since
completely changes.
I think August maybe.
We're
They
literally
switched
playing
to
around
play
Dark Ruler
with
no more right
Spiral.
now in this
Spiral,
format.
yeah,
Good again.
correct, yeah.
I think Super
I
needs to go back to 1 if
remember people
anything,
playing
for sure.
just to help play through
Super
tough
should never have gone come back off the list, and it's out at 3. It's interesting.
Well, that's not what you want to hit. The Merly. And
Yes,
he
here's-
will summon Danger Bigfoot now.
Here's the tough thing. So we have the Super Factorial,
This
which
week's
can
what?
obviously get us to a Laplacian, and that is effective against...
So now he's going to activate Melee in the grave. And Fusion
Tearlaments
that and
cards are
Nessie,
going
most
to be
likely.
hard for Aaron to deal with.
Oh, he responds with a trap.
Here we go, Super Factorial here. Probably looking to get Diameter
Here we go.
underneath an Xyz monster just to give Aaron access
th-
to
this is-
a negate here.
So this is what MathMech do, like in their best
I believe
scenario, it
it's
seems
Diameter
like.
gives a negate. Of course, we didn't really get to see that take place in our last MathMech game, so...
No.
Yeah, so because this Xyz is made with MathMech Diameter, once per turn when your opponent activates a card or effect, until the end of this turn, you may negate it.
But you should go Chain Link 1
So summon
Fusion,
Kid Carlos off
Chain
the
Link
play.
2 Field Spell,
Play we've seen a fair bit today. Had quite
Yeah.
a few Tearlaments.
and then
Oceanic.
destroy the monster
I
that he
think
made.
if you aren't summoning Carlos, you probably aren't really resolving your Tearlament board. This is the glue
Good
that
man.
holds this deck
Henry's
together,
on
for
it.
Sure.
So now the field spell will activate.
Yeah. And you can actually order your chain links in a way that
There we go, and he destroys the monster.
will not allow Diameter's inherited effect on
Aaron
the
realizes a mistake.
to be Kit Carlos.
I mean, at this
I think
point,
if
it's
Aaron
embarrassing.
Maybe dealt with the field spell before this happened.
I was going to negate the Field Spell,
We are going to negate the effect of the field spell,
because he has to.
or not.
He has to.
Oh,
Else
yeah,
it
no, this
dies.
is Laplacian's effect resolving.
And now Kit
We
resolves.
can send that. Oh, of course, yes. Because Aaron is not turn player, his one resolves last on the chain link, and he can remove the field spell before it resolves.
Also get in Danger.
That is there for
Bigfoot
us. Let's go,
as well.
chat.
Like, it's a big beat stack. Like,
I mean, yeah, the dangers of the monsters you want to hit with Laplacian because it does not trigger any kind of graveyard effect.
Kit resolves.
Callus is resolving here, though.
another Blackwing Zephyros the Elite being discarded.
Yeah.
We saw that in Bowden's match.
I think the card is exceptional in this deck. I think it is very capable of just getting you back into games that maybe weren't super winnable. Also, the ability to return a danger monster to your hand so you can use its effect again is very good.
Aaron just making sure he understands the full effect of Kid Carlos there. Even though you've probably seen the card a few times in a day, it is sometimes
Yep.
important just to like double check effects.
So to my knowledge, I believe Laplacian still
Such a
has
bad
the
matchup.
negate
He's got no
on
chance.
Diameter.
Who hasn't got any chance?
And Aaron still has access to the
MathMech or Tier
induction
Elements?
as
All of
a
the
high
interaction,
field destroy.
all of his interaction points are
I believe
used.
he's asking the
Yeah, I
question
just,
to the
if
judge
MathMech
there,
are
he's
just
searching it up.
getting to this
Yep.
point and struggling still at this point,
So Henry Lie's still
then
not
it's
out
not a
of
real deck.
a lot of
Okay, it's just not a real deck.
left to play around. Gonna read induction again. But a handful of 5 cards. Staring down not a lot of
Let's put some music on, chat.
Of course, both these players with a very successful win rate, so
A win rate where you really don't want to lose. Going into one
No.
more round at the end of the day.
but they've both proven themselves with these
Oh,
win
yeah,
records that they know how to play, and they are going to navigate these boards as safely and effectively as possible.
No, they
There's the
haven't.
danger monster
No, they haven't
sending
yet.
Tearlament Rhino Heart to the graveyard. Another worst case scenario for Aaron that is an
They haven't proven their worth
extremely
yet, bro.
advantageous send for Henry.
They've got
Yeah,
past the
danger
fish.
is
Now they're
Aaron's,
starting to
given
play
him
the
for
real
this
games of
game,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
definitely come in
And
with,
then
you know,
day 2 is where we
I
see
think this is the first time we've seen like every
that's
danger
when we
just get
see the
something. So I guess
proof,
he hit the
He
net
hit
like
the Nessie, but
the proven players,
the
bro.
rest have gone through with pretty great
MathMech
effect.
can be very good
Yeah.
versus Sprite, and MathMech is a great
Well,
matchup versus
sending
Pure.
The
And that's what
Happiness,
it
which
is then.
activated, I don't think this turn.
I did play against MathMech round 1 of Euros, and I played
Now we get to
I played live Twin
use
Sprite.
some more monsters as well as use Reinhardt's effect here. Yeah, the way it plays out because we can't hit the players, I am unsure if Laplacian still has its negate. I cannot tell if he had to use it on the field spell or not.
You use it on the field spell because the field spell was Chinook 2 to destroy. And Chinook
No matter.
almost kit.
We'll
10
let the
player.
players work that one out for
yeah.
us. Okay, sending a Merly off the Rhino Heart, and presumably resolving
It's
the
really
hardness.
interesting how this deck works.
Also, notably in the break, I did find out that there was 2 or 3 other Runic players, all X1.
Really?
No
So that
way.
is having a pretty good showing here today.
I mean, that
There's
deck
3
is the
Runic
deck of
players
the day. If
X1
that
chat.
deck, you know, if they're X1 currently, then they have all got a very good chance of making top cut. And
And knocking each other out.
you
In
know,
there, anything can happen.
I find it hard to believe watching that last match that it's not capable of going all the way.
I bet the mirror match will be interesting to watch.
All right, so we've summoned Mud Dragon of the Swamp.
And I reckon it is skillful, the mirror match. And I'm not capping.
Get a little targeting protection.
Because you can destroy the field spell, protect it, etc. It's going to be quite an interesting match.
Cards left for Henry. All those dangers have been so advantageous that
That
he hasn't
Mothman's
really
going
had
back to hand
spend
for Zephyros, bro.
resources to get to this board.
He is really showing off the power of the dangers
Yep.
within the.
I mean, when they work,
They work.
He hasn't even used Dark Ruler, right? So he can kill them this turn if he needs to.
okay, going for a Link monster.
Interestingly, there is a gigantic sprite there on the top of his extra deck.
Definitely not something I wouldn't expect from a Tearlament player.
Oh, he's playing frogs
Also a
then.
Nightmare Phoenix here. I guess synergizing with the dangers.
Playing frogs.
No, not surprising.
Oh, he's playing winter cherries, but with frogs. What's Runic
Handed
like?
standings as well.
I'd splash it as
So
an
there are a
engine
few
in decks,
players
but I
who have
wouldn't have it as a
Not
whole core.
lost a single match.
Yeah, we have 6 players
Playing
currently
the whole deck.
undefeated. A
playing as a-
lot of
as a
players on
Runic
12
deck,
points and
you
a
would
couple on
win it.
13 points going into this round. There's all to play for top 32.
Yeah,
there's-
especially if there's
ton
a
of games
BLS
left,
crystal
and,
card for top
you know,
32
looking
locked.
at the top 32, most of them have 12 points or are very close to 12 points. So
You top 32 this event.
it's still
You
pretty
get
much
a
anyone's
Crystal
game. I mean, that slot
Beast.
is not
Sorry, a
really
Crystal
contested.
BLS. BLS
Back to
playmat.
game.
A Right of Aramecia playmat.
Another Kit Carlos.
Yeah,
Actually,
championship
that is the same
sleeves.
Kit Carlos.
You win that round, you
Yeah,
get
that was the
a
induction
prize card
resolving.
Trade in with the Nightmare
Should we-
Phoenix.
and a complete set. Top 8, you get a switch and a trophy. These prizes are amazing.
Henry Light checking the graveyard.
At Euros, you make top 128. You've got to win 2 rounds before you get an upgrade.
Again, just trying to assess every piece of information you can get against this deck.
You get a Right of Aramecia mat. Top
This
128
game
and top
definitely
64.
more
And top 32, you get the play mat, the extra play mat, the BLS crystal card.
the pressure just amps up.
Why
Round by
are you
round,
not
the
at this
closer
event?
you
I
get
can't
to
play
the
this event.
The more pressure the piles on.
I'm from the UK.
Also playing on stream.
This is you have to be from New Zealand or Australia, and you have to qualify for this event.
At least we know most of it.
It's their continentals.
And
Now using
infinite impermanence, currently not very usable. And a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit.
on the Mud Dragon effect.
That is probably one of the more effective targets against Tearlament. Getting the level 4 to work. Aaron's done a good job of
You're retro with the follow. How you doing?
many monsters to work with.
Welcome to the stream.
Not to mention Henry hasn't seen access to anything like Fairy Tale Snow. I believe he has the Zephyros still.
He does, yeah. I don't think he's used it yet this turn either.
That could still give him access to a rank 4 play.
But I mean, is that enough? Like,
I definitely think the priority here is you can't let Aaron...
This is a long
start
turn.
with 4 monsters on the field.
Chat.
You do need to... Yeah, we're seeing Zephyros bounce the Tearlament Shiren.
How long is this turn, bro?
I like this. It means you can still activate the Shiren in hand and get 2 calls on the field. I think one of the primary win conditions here is you resolve an attack with an Exceeds monster and end with the Kit Carlos
And play faster.
Field. Divine Arsenal, double
The right plot mat is like 400 bucks or something. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's really nice.
Okay, also a commendable play.
So the Nibiru mat you see on the screen right now, everyone who enters in this event gets that mat. And a pack of sleeves.
See Henry
The,
looking to
the,
climb here into
the WCQ sleeves.
something like a topologic Zeroboros. No, going for Sprite Elf. Understandable.
Probably the most summoned card of the day, I'd say.
I mean, just because of its prevalence in both Sprite and Tearlament, I think this card is going to see a lot of play. We summon the Dark Charmer here. Ooh. We see Gigantic Sprite here.
Just asking Aaron about the effects that he has left in the build, which I don't think is any.
Ah,
Here we
do see
go.
Gigantic Sprite.
Here we go. So is he playing?
Potentially
He
Henry
must.
playing the Swap Frog package as well.
Is that, or he's just going to summon the level 2 guy. Yeah, looks like he doesn't play Swap Frog. But he looks like he has a choice. But now he's locked in. He's locked in now, chat.
Yeah, just we'll be summoning. Looks like Murley.
I don't know.
I don't
where does
like
get
this.
Henry. I mean, he's definitely done a lot of plays.
I don't like this.
We'll have to wait and see what his plan is here.
I don't think he's summoned the Murley yet this turn, has he? So we will.
He's
get
locked into level
No,
2s,
some
bro.
Murley.
cards off the top.
But of course, the
I know
Gigantic
Paleos
Sprite
are not
also
matter, but how good are they right now?
summoning
I
a
miss the
huge
days of
amount
playing just because of the deck.
Maybe
Not
just
very
hit
good.
that Fairy
But
Tale
you
Stone.
could
So
merge
the
it with
two
like
Danger Nessies,
rivalry. The Warlords goes a match.
We will just take care of the heat
Um,
soul here. Which
Henry's through this.
just bring that up. Bring the cards.
So
up.
Aaron makes a big mistake
Heat Soul gains 500 attack for every
in
monster it
terms
points
of
to.
forgetting
So
about
Oh,
the
there we
field
go.
spell.
Attack
He's
the
actually
Gigantic
just
Sprite.
attacked
And now
into
Henry
the
just
heat soul,
forgets.
not
Wow, that is-
realizing.
That is probably the second mistaken attack we've seen on stream so far.
And it won't be the last chat.
Yes, not only is Heat Soul a
Right, so that was
it is
10.
also Decode
That
Deck.
was at least 10
Gains
minutes.
500 attack for every monster
And he
it points to.
ends on this level 2 card with a back row.
See, this is what I was saying about, leaving Aaron with this.
And
pretty
Aaron
imposing
definitely
build
wins now.
is,
Looks like he's got a
Aaron
dash
definitely
force
wins
onto
now.
his
Why don't you
screen,
start
left
attacking
over
first?
And
you know?
two Sunday Mining still.
Why don't you clear the board first? Why do you
he's
make this
also
gigantic
quite
sprite,
close
which
to
did
just having
nothing?
enough attack
Damage
points
on
on the
nothing,
field
bro.
to reduce Henry to 0 life points. Aaron Dennis looking pretty favored.
Aaron
here.
had no responses.
Can
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be
he
feeling pretty
close out
confident
game
if I
one?
was Aaron right
Made a
now.
0
Well,
Boris.
considering
You cleared the
Henry,
whole
I don't
board.
think managed to take out a single monster that Aaron controlled that turn.
And I think
Henry
Henry there,
just
just sees.
Deciding to scoop it up. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So Aaron Dennis
That was
taking
so terrible.
game one
This was
of
embarrassing,
round
bro.
number 6.
Now, of course, we don't know their list. It's possible Henry is not on a card like Divine Arsenal Zeus. Including something like Gigantic Sprite obviously takes, a little bit of choice. You have to make decisions about your extra deck.
I did notice a Nightmare, the Griffin. In
That was
the
embarrassing.
As well there. So
And
he
the
might
Nightmare
be
Phoenix.
on the Eradicated package.
Chat, you know why that was embarrassing?
Any other virus.
What a
cards.
waste of our
Definitely
time.
more heavy on the Link monsters.
That was embarrassing to watch. It wasted so much time for
That's a good
everyone
strategy that a lot of
watching.
Tearlament players have started
Everyone.
to adopt.
We lost 10 minutes. Times by everyone
Using
watching
their, fusion
worldwide.
more as tools rather than like the end result of the board.
to end on a level 2 monster
It's
in
almost like
defense
kind of
mode.
sword
with a
fusion
back row.
monsters where the fusion monsters are just these kind of incidental combo pieces that end up.
Aaron
in
messed up, and you didn't take advantage of it.
But the deck is certainly no slouch, and with 21 minutes left, Henry
What happened to Exorcisters? Did they
flop?
flop? Yeah, they did. They did. I mean, does anyone in chat
To see,
think
like,
they're good?
people just having a
Because
chat,
they're not very good.
smiling and enjoying themselves while playing in such a high level event.
Yeah, it is. And that's one of the joys of just being back in
It is.
person. These events not only are these opportunities to showcase your abilities and take on each other in a competitive sense, they're also times for people to socialize
Oh, there
and
is.
get to know each other.
I mean, we've seen like yesterday at a couple of stores around the place. There was players everywhere, like just mingling with the Australians. Like it was just good to see a community come together and enjoy.
So Henry side out his Dark Rulers.
Kind of joined by this shared love of the game, and people come over from Australia and we set some cards down against each other. It's like there's no barrier. We're just like, yeah, we're friends. We play Yu-Gi-Oh, of course.
And it's been good every time I've been out in the main event area. All the players are just chatting to each other, smiling, enjoying themselves. The whole vibe of the day has been great.
Absolutely. And we're looks like both players are shuffling up. They've also both opted for the white sleeves, so it will be important to check if any redo is resolved, if the cards are in the correct decks.
So
There we
looks
go.
like Henry will be going first.
Of course.
I would assume so, yes.
He's opening Galaxy.
When we
Cyclone,
see him side out Dark World no more,
in the
it's an
hand.
indicator that he's going first.
Eradicator, yeah. Showing up again. This time hard, just drawn in the opening hand.
It'll be interesting to see how many spells and traps Aaron has opened.
Yeah, Aaron holding his hand pretty tightly. That looked like a lot of monsters to me.
Got Galaxy Cyclone. He's got the
looks like 5
the tier
monsters
element
in
that you can
decks.
discard.
On top there, looks
Or send a
like
monster card to the
there's a
graveyard to
as well.
summon them all
It's
free.
a card that we have seen already see play against Tearlaments.
Draw. He had draw in his side deck, Henry, but I didn't see it.
So I
There we go.
assume that
Oh, but
might
Aaron
be
has it.
shown. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Draw and
there's
lock.
Snap draws him.
Only
This might be why
again, as this is
Aaron's
going
been doing
is
well,
that a Nessie?
because his side deck's been carrying him.
Oh yeah, maybe. No, there is no Nessie. It's a Shurin and a.
Because
No,
Tier
no,
Elements is a
Merlin.
well-represented deck.
Oh,
So-
no, it is a Merlin.
Draw is pretty big here.
They both have very light-colored backgrounds. With
The fact that Henry hasn't got
so that's my mistake.
Summon and then send in the top 3.
the fact that Henry hasn't got any dangers.
Yeah.
makes
Merlin
draw
with the
worse.
trigger, as well as the runner half.
And here, what Aaron's kind of presenting is, if you don't get to the full board, I think I can deal with it. Right? The draw and lockbird represents maybe I can't stop.
It's a
you,
good job Henry didn't start with terraforming,
add from deck
because that would have been horrible.
Carlos here.
I mean, we saw in Bowden's match it was played with great effect. Like as
Yeah.
you say,
They've only got 18 minutes left, so they do need to be quick here. Henry especially. Aaron's a favourite.
No, he didn't win that game,
Right?
but at the
Because
same
I think
time,
one thing I've noticed is that draw and lockbird.
Yeah, that is pretty big
doesn't
Vortex.
stop the Tearlament player from
You can't
taking
add the trap from the
our board.
from the fusion.
Although I think in the mirror specifically, because all Tearlament wants to do is set up an Abyss Dweller, it was a lot easier for them to play through a draw and lockbird. I think against a deck like
But he can send to the graveyard though.
Abyss Dweller's not going to cut it. You need a lot more than that.
He doesn't have to add. He can send to the graveyard, which he is doing. And you should always do this, chat.
For
Okay.
a send off of Kit Carlos.
send in the Hamness.
But he should want to set up IP here and Elf. But he needs to summon his level 2 back with his fusion, which he didn't dump to the grave.
And yeah, it looks like Henry is going to go for a Mud Dragon for Swamp. With 2 level 4s,
The redoer?
will be able to make something like a Time Thief redoer.
A
Still
redoer?
have Harvest in hand, I believe.
I don't like this, chat.
As well as that Galaxy Cyclone
And the Eradicator.
and the Eradicator. Although, currently, no, the Kit Carlos is a target because of the field spell.
I mean, you could overlay both. Make redoer. Detach the
Let's bring
The
you
tier
round
element.
6.
Banish the redoer.
Oceanic Championship
Use the
2022
fusion
live from Auckland,
summon
New
it back.
Zealand.
As a level 4. And then mill 5.
Has been discussed, and yeah, we're just so glad.
What he should have done is, he shouldn't have made Blood Dragon. He should have dumped the level 2, reborned it.
Extremely grateful to be able to do this.
What is this?
The Abyss Dweller.
See,
What
that's
is going on?
Because there are MathMech cards that activate in the graveyard, like MathMech Sigma.
What is going on?
I would not
And then you
consider
hesitate to
it
set a
be deck
bluff.
that relies on the
You
graveyard.
hesitate with the
Nibiru.
bluff, and here comes
Wow.
First one we've seen today.
On the Nibiru mat, we finally get to see a Nibiru the Primal being resolved.
the... Well, at least he built Moore's 5
That's
now.
huge as well for Henry because that will turn off.
Yes. Oh, they're discussing
no.
if that was 5
Oh.
summons or not. We're gonna have a judge step in on this one.
I think they're trying to work that one out.
What is going on? Bro, this match is embarrassing from both sides.
Dweller, Mud Dragon, Shiren, and
If this isn't 5 summons, Aaron, why are you dropping Nibiru like it's God's gift?
actually, yeah, I think the Kit Carlos was summoned off of a Merly sent off of a.
That's
Oh, yeah.
embarrassing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's embarrassing, bro.
It's actually possible. I think that was 4 summons.
This Aaron guy is
It's a
terrible.
slight miscount there on Aaron Dennis's half, but
And
Well,
luckily
Well,
for
the-
Aaron,
the-
he only has 1 spell card in hand, so this is not
Well, I'm not impressed by both of them,
the
actually.
worst case scenario. Although missing out on being able to use
Eradicator isn't great against this matchup as well. Because look, bro,
Yeah.
the only spells and traps you'll send into the graveyard,
like I said,
are
if
very
this
few,
Dweller
right? Silent
versus this
Manning.
deck
okay?
does
The
not
traps,
turn it off.
the MathMech traps, which he's
Obviously,
likely to
MathMech
side
Sigma
out
needs
because
to
he's
be
going
active in the
second.
graveyard, but a lot of MathMechs can activate in hand to
He
summon
plays
things as
a
well.
bunch of hand traps. Are you really going to get benefit from this Eradicator? Both. I'm not being impressed by either player here.
Henry again
They
taking
both
some
made
time to read
multiple
the cards
mistakes.
in Aaron's
And you
hand.
can't afford these mistakes at this stage of the tournament, chat.
Go ahead and activate MathMech Circular. Yes, of course, this all resolves in the hand before it summons.
Just why Dweller?
Sending the Sigma. Interestingly, Henry has not activated the
I mean, why not?
Fist Dweller.
Why not at this point, guys?
So now. Probably playing around side frame.
I mean,
games,
it's
think
pretty.
that
I mean, yeah,
is
Dweller is
a
pretty good in this
deck like
matchup,
MathMech.
but why not? Why
He
not?
obviously hasn't. He did get to see the hand though, didn't he?
Right.
That is true, but I guess
Go back and watch how quick Aaron Dennis dropped that Nibiru. Watch how quick he dropped that Nibiru, bro.
Yeah, the back row.
Everyone was like,
Was it
end
Galaxy
phase.
Cyclone?
Bam, Nibiru, like instantly.
Yes.
Dropped it instantly. Didn't even
This
think
is
about
one
it, bro.
I didn't see in hand.
Aaron nearly threw the game
Aaron
one,
finds a way to lethal
but
to
Henry
this
threw it
level, I think
back,
this game's over.
so he lost.
Oh, we do know that half.
So Aaron got gifted the win again. And Aaron just... Oh, man, this is embarrassing, bro. Aaron's going to win the match, regardless, because Henry played this poorly game 2 as well. Putting on Gamma. Everyone is throwing today. There's been a lot of mistakes. Let's be real. You got to be real. Like, it's a high-level tournament for sure. They don't get many over there, it seems like it. So they're not as experienced as most players in Europe, America, and South America, because we have more YCSs, right? They only get one a year if they're lucky. So it's understandable. But this level of play, come on. This level of play, man. This is round 5. This is round 6. The commentator said these guys are really showing their worth today because, or he said something along that's similar to that, right? He's like, they really have like proven their worth to get to this point, right? Have they fuck, bro? Come on. Come on. Come on, man.
Now we have 3 materials. We can go.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Oh, they could have both played better. No, they're both playing shockingly bad. At this point, I'm tired, bro. And I'm still spotting the mistakes.
On your own turn as well. Send a card, I believe, a spell trap, a monster, and a card from Henry's hand. Henry can chain the halfness here.
Right, I'll tell you what's going to happen here, chat. Aaron Dennis is going to top 32, and he's going to get eliminated in the first round. All right, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I did see that before with the Jordan
Oh,
Lump.
my mistake. I thought it was a halfness. I saw one in his hand, but potentially that was discarded for something.
And the other face down's Galaxy.
That's a blowout, really. I mean, all that's
That
left
was-
is the face down Galaxy Cyclone.
That was effectively.
What are we thinking about now with Aaron? I mean, Aaron.
The best case scenario for Prime MathMech Lablation, there are 3 cards.
He's got one face down.
Pretty good right now.
He's got no other cards
Except for the fact
available.
that he doesn't have,
Nothing in his graveyard.
you know, he doesn't have enough to attack the game here.
You've got a dead Nibiru plus
Probably
2
just going to,
cards.
yeah,
Yeah.
get him for some
Cool.
damage and hope that Henry doesn't draw super live off the top. The Abyss Dweller certainly slowed him down a little bit.
Right, Reno Heart is pretty good here. There's a lot of good cards here. And Henry just never really going to make 5
He has
summons
the
now.
Nibiru.
There's a lot of good
Certainly
draws
a
Henry
lot
can have here,
riding on
right?
Henry being able to
He's not
attack
playing
with
hand
the
traps, and they add to your
aggressive
worst
passes
hands, your
towards
worst
the
draws.
field.
Oh, I think he drew the
Messy.
Blackwing Zephyros the Elite there.
Not the draw you want to
Not
see.
the draw, no.
He probably should set this, though.
Firing up 1 game
He
here,
should set this.
looking to solidify himself with a 5-1 record.
Going into the final round of the day, even.
Yep. Alright, just checking to see if Lablation has any effects to worry about.
If this is Zephyros, bro, Henry is slow playing. There's nothing out, like, he's got Galaxy Cyclone face down, nothing in graveyard he can use. Zephyros doesn't work. He can't normal summon it, if well he can, but he's nothing he can make into it. He can set it, or he could keep it down and pass. What's he thinking about?
Passing the turn here.
Normal summon in the Jordan Lump there.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, sometimes you need a monster.
You do. And that's a monster you can summon.
That is in fact a Cyburst monster.
Right, Aaron wins now.
To make splash.
Aaron knows he's winning.
Do we think we're just going to see an attempt to make access code talker here?
I believe so. I think Aaron
That Nibiru was
being
golden.
That, back row
That
isn't
Nibiru.
doing a lot, to Henry.
Yeah. One notable thing, I do believe MathMech Edition is in hand, so we have an extender here.
Okay. And he was on 6k,
Can
right?
make the
The XYZ is a 2k attack guy. He knows Aaron has 3 cards in his hand, and he knows one's Nibiru.
any MathMech
He's drawing to a 4th. He's likely to be able to continue his play next turn in OTK. Or put a lot of damage on board, because he's only on 6k, right?
That is MathMech.
He should set
And we may see
Sephiroth
a
here
relatively fun
all
play
the
that MathMech
time.
can do, 'cause MathMech is just
Every day of the week, he
from
should be
field
setting it here, bro.
by 1,000.
Even if he's on 8k, he should be setting it.
So use it to pump up an access code talker for extra damage.
I mean, if you don't want to win this tournament, bro,
Yeah.
then that's
So it looks
fine.
like Aaron is using it
That's
to
understandable.
extend.
Aaron,
You're playing for some good prizes,
he's
man.
feeling
What the
pretty
fuck?
confident. The update jammer, bringing out the transcode talker, targeting update jammer,
Well, I think
bringing it back.
the
Aaron
average
knows
is
this one.
with diameter, right? So he's got a negate live.
Now, access code talker, they can attack twice
Yep.
with the effect of update jammer.
Every Cyburst deck, I mean.
Right, I'm gonna
has
tell you.
access
I'm gonna
to
tell you
some
now
update jammer.
why
There we
Aaron's got
go,
so
that's
far like
powerful.
this.
Aaron Dennis taken
It's
out
because
round
of Jawbird.
number 6 of the Oceanic Championships.
2-0.
2-0.
Could you imagine if you can Nibiru on any summon,
That made MathMech
on any amount of
pretty good.
summons?
I did. I mean, last round we saw
Man.
MathMech struggle against the Runic strategy.
Chat, any notable
that
plays?
Time, though, it showed how well it can control the game against Tearlaments.
I think that was more of a match that,
Well, I must say, right, I like the new logo, the championship logo, right? From the game, I got that.
Aaron just playing it clean.
It looks very clean, looks nice. I'll prefer that much more to the World Championship qualifier. I prefer Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship.
I think
2022.
Yeah, that's the key thing is just like, not only do you get access to all the powerful MathMech cards, but you have all of the Cyburst support that has come out over the years, and you get to pick and choose.
Is there anything else notable? Or is that it?
Yeah, so we'll go to a short break. We'll bring Aaron Dennis in for a winner's interview, and we'll see you again shortly. Thank you.
Cool. Maybe we'll all need to side for a draw. Like, you should be siding draw, I think. Yeah. Seems like this guy picked his deck today. Not tomorrow, man. I'm telling you right now. I would not be shocked if he just loses the next 2 rounds and gets knocked out. He's 5-1 right now. He's 5-1. No, sorry, it's 5 wins, 1 draw, right? He can still lose the next 2 and not top. Okay? I would not be shocked, chat. I would not be shocked. But we're gonna they're getting Aaron Dennis into the chat in the booth in a second. We're gonna hear the interview. I'm excited for this interview. Oh, chat, let's wake up. Been streaming for 7.5 hours, chat. 7.5 hours. Should we just let it ride until the tournament ends? Should we just let it ride? What do you think? Until the finals concluded, we just keep it running. Let's keep the stream running. It's been a quick 7 hours. Wow. It's been pretty quick. Have you been here since the beginning, Blaine? And you dealt with all those ads. What a hero. Trust. It's been fun, man. We've still got another round. One more round today, and that's it. One more round left. You know what's going to be good? This last round will actually be a decent round. The last few rounds of the tournament are good to watch, especially in Swiss. So it'll be quite an interesting match, I'm sure. But that match was embarrassing to watch by both sides. Henry wasted 10 minutes of everyone's time. Aaron made multiple mistakes in game one, and then in game 2 he tried to nib, like comfortably, just like, oh, nib. Not even thinking about it, but just come on, man. So why aren't you on a team? Should start at a team then. What do you mean? Why aren't I on a team? What's the benefit of being on a team? Tell me that. And started a team. Now, I have considered always starting a team. I've been asked by two teams have asked me to join on this year and I declined. I've been asked multiple times last year, I declined. I just don't like being on a team. I just don't like it.
Hello and welcome back to the Oceanic Championships
Here we go.
2022. We're here with our round 6 winner, Aaron Dennis, taking it out with MathMech. How have you been, Aaron?
Not too bad. It's going all right.
Yep.
I'd say it's going pretty well for you. You're 5-1.
I'm 5-1.
still in it. I mean, that top cut is getting ever closer.
Yeah, just one more.
One more to go.
One more.
Don't sound too excited.
Oh, I'm tired.
Exactly.
Very tired.
It's
yeah.
been a long day.
Fair,
It's a long day,
fair.
I'll give you that.
I definitely think that most of the players here are being tested on their endurance as well as their playing skill.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, so,
You're a veteran of many
No,
events,
no,
so
we're
you've had
definitely
plenty of
testing you on your skill, bro.
long
Well, we're
rounds of
commentating on it
practice
anyway.
that, I'm sure.
Definitely.
so what gave you the idea of playing MathMech at Oceanics today?
I played one game with Connor's deck. It was really fun.
There we go.
It's
Fantastic.
fun, and I enjoy playing it, so it's not boring to sit through 8 rounds of Swiss.
Yeah. Is that Connor Schomkel, the one we
Yes.
had on
I mean,
stream?
8 rounds isn't that
You guys
really
have
that
both
long
done pretty well
chat?
on stream so far.
Yeah.
Most YCSs are 11 rounds.
And what's been like
Some are
sort of
12.
the key card for you
Okay.
today? Like,
Yes,
what-
there are a
The
few that are
key
9 and 10,
card
but
was
majority are
access
11.
code Update jammer.
That's
Yep.
a good card. I mean, I used to use it in the Salomon Great strategy, and like having an access code that can just come out of nowhere and attack twice steals games.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the thing where you use MathMech Edition to give it more attack as well?
I've never needed to.
Fair.
10-6 is enough damage to kill most people.
Yeah. Could be fun.
Update Gemma band incoming chat.
You won a Oceanic championship
A
back
long
in
time ago, yes.
2012?
2011.
2011. There we go. So, have you got any advice for anyone out there, even today, like on how to do it again?
That's where I know this guy from.
It's just all about practice.
So I was at the World
testing-
Championships in 2011 in Amsterdam.
Testing different decks, seeing what you're more comfortable with. Even if
Me
you're
and
not playing
Gally
the
stay
best deck,
together.
like as
I
long
wondered
as you
why
know
he
the
looks so
deck, you
familiar.
know how to play the deck, and you know the matchups. So, like, I'm not playing a tier 1 deck. Like, MathMech's not really tier 1.
Yeah. It's
right.
funny because Bowden said the exact same thing. Just pick a deck you know. It'll do you well because you will just, in most situations, know more than your opponent about.
In this field, yes,
And
absolutely.
MathMech for me is there's no, like, no one knows the choke points, which is really funny. Because everyone interrupts me completely wrong, and then they die.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it, and yeah, congratulations on your win. Hope to see you again.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Good luck for your next round.
more.
And we might see you
One
in the
more.
top 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's another round of Swiss tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
fine. I just
yeah.
need to win one more to
Yeah, one
pretty
more to
much
get to the top 32,
secure
yeah.
top 32.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
We'll
Sweet.
be back
We'll
soon
go to
with
ad
round
break.
7.
Let's go.